Nurses across Aotearoa have made their voices heard loud and clear today in the fight for better pay. The latest offer from DHBs was overwhelmingly rejected, and both parties say they're keen to get back to the negotiating table to prevent further strike action. Jordan Rudd reports on a day of protests stretching across the country.
A sea of purple as nurses take to the streets in their tens of thousands, demanding better pay and conditions.
Health for everybody.
It's not the fun it used to be. It's just hard slog.
I want to be looking after patients that I care about. But in the long term, we're not going to serve anybody by standing back and being silent.
Protests stretching from Kaitaia to Invercargill.
Look at the support though of the people.
The New Zealand Nurses Organisation is demanding a 17% pay rise, a big jump from the rejected offer of 1.38% and a $4,000 lump sum, part of a pay equity agreement reached in 2018.
But that's money we already owed from our previous negotiations where we negotiated pay equity. So we're still waiting for that to come, and that's over 3 years now.
The government says it's committed to another pay rise, but funds are limited.
During lockdown, small businesses got paid. During the lockdowns, we had to come to work every day.
Jacinda can pay for millions of dollars for the bridge in Auckland for the cyclists, but she can't pay us.
The Health Minister receiving a frosty reception outside Parliament.
Underfunding of health has been going on for a long time, so we're in major catch-up. We're doing the best we can.
And in our biggest city,
nurses started at Auckland's Britomart and are making their way up Queen Street, ending at Myers Park. And while the atmosphere here is electric, NZNO says members need to remember why they're here.
And this feels good right now, but the really important work is going to come when we're back around the table with the DHBs.
District health boards keen to get back to the negotiating table too.
We'll be listening as the first piece of work to do on that day. But then we'll be taking what we learn from that to look to see what we can do to take this further.
Nurses stressing change is needed to stop more leaving our shores or quitting the profession altogether.
We need to retain our own New Zealand nurses. We train them, we should keep them. We want them to stay here.
We need more future nurses, and I won't recommend nursing as a future profession to my two girls.
The fight continuing.
We don't get to see our mum that often, so we're here to take one for the team, support our mum, and that's all we're doing.
To make our nurses feel valued.
Kia ora, Jordan. Let's talk pay. The latest offer aimed at those at the lower end of the pay scale.
Kia ora, Simon. Yes, nurses and other workers covered by this agreement are paid on a scale. Now, those at the lower end of this scale are healthcare assistants and enrolled nurses. Now, their pays start at $40,000 and $48,000 respectively. Now, this is the group that's looking to get the biggest boost in whatever pay offer is finally agreed on, with an increase ranging between 4 and 12%.
And of course, the strike's not over. When will negotiations resume?
That's right, the strike still has just under an hour to go. I'm here at Auckland Hospital, where striking nurses have gathered to welcome colleagues returning back to work at 7 p.m. There is a bit of police presence here too. In the last few minutes, one person has even been trespassed, not a healthcare worker though. Tomorrow, negotiations resume. The NZNO will be contacting DHB reps, nurses hoping today's efforts and busy scenes will help edge a little bit closer to an offer everyone's satisfied with, without the need for further strike action. Simon.